Hello there. Someone had asked me to create a video that goes over our whole diet plan, and I wanted to do that. It's something, if you're interested in possibly learning more, if you don't want to just contact me, you can just watch this. I'm going to try to go over pretty much everything that you need to know. And if it's something that you think you'd like, feel free to contact me. I can get you discounts, so you'll save even more money. Uh, the plan is through Optavia, and it is a meal replacement plan. You are basically taking the food that you currently buy, the money that you spend on food now, most of that, if not all of it, will be diverted. Um, actually, most of that, a lot of people actually spend a lot more on their current food than they spend on this plan. So you possibly be able to save money by doing this. But basically, you're going to buy 5 meals a day through Optavia. You buy it in a monthly portion, and that means that you get about 150 servings. And if you look at our pantry over here, you can see that this is all loaded in stuff. Each of these meals come in a they have five, or each of the boxes has 5 meals, or 7 meals in it. And there are things like there are soups, mashed potatoes, chocolate chip cookies. It's a lot of sweet stuff. People love sweet stuff. Like sweet, there's chocolate chip cookies, um, blueberry muffins, lots of different types of bars, um, shakes, puddings, those kinds of things. But there's also chili, soup. There are things called crunchers that are kind of like, um, sorry, the lighting's bad. They're kind of like Cheetos and pretzel sticks, and a bunch of those different types of things. And most of these are meant to be pretty quick meals that you can go ahead and just eat quickly. Um, you eat 5 times a day. I'm sorry, 6 times a day. 5 of the meals are through Optavia, and these meals are only about 100 to 120 calories. They are loaded with a good protein to carbohydrate balance. They have vitamins, minerals, and probiotics, so it actually is good for you. It helps your digestive system, and it will it actually provides the nutrients that your body needs throughout the day. You're not just eating 100 calories of Doritos, which is crap. You're eating 100 calories of something that's more like if you choose the Cheeto type of things, that actually is healthy. And no matter what you eat, if you choose to eat nothing but those crunchers, just 5 times a day, or my son eats nothing but chocolate bars, like the chocolate mint, fudge drizzle, different things like that, peanut butter. He eats nothing but bars, and he's doing great. Um, but you eat those 5 times a day, and then you have one meal that's called a lean and green, and that meal is about 4 to 6 ounces of a lean meat, or some kind of a protein. Doesn't have to be meat. And then, sorry, my dog is begging to go outside. Let me do that while I'm doing this. And there's and then also it's 2 to 3 cups of non-starchy vegetables, and you eat that 1 time a day. And that meal can be anytime you want. If you want to, you can make some kind of a really good omelet in the morning with vegetables and so forth, or you can have it for you can go out to lunch somewhere, order something at a restaurant, as long as it's fit with the lean and green formula. You can make something for cheap at dinner, and we actually spend between $3 to $5 per person for dinner at home when we make it at home. So instead of going out and spending $20 per person on a meal at a restaurant, we make stuff at home, and only costs a total of $12 to $15 total to feed 3 people. And I have tons of tips for that. But then the other meals, you basically, all of your 6 meals, you spread them out about 2.5 hours each, so between meals, and you start within 30 minutes after you wake up, and then you just eat every 2.5 hours, or 2.5 or 3 hours, depending on how long your day is. And that keeps your energy up. You don't have the sugar spikes and then drops and that kind of stuff. So there was one guy that I know that took it where his wife needed to lose a lot of weight, and she lost 106 pounds. He didn't need to lose any weight, but he was a very high energy person, but then he would just crash at the end of the day. He actually started eating the same food that she was eating, and he noticed that so they could do the same thing, and he was being supportive. He noticed that even though he didn't have to lose any weight, and he didn't, his energy stayed constant the whole day, and that was a huge thing for him. The other thing is the fact that a lot of people think, "Oh my God, I have to buy food. That's going to be expensive." Well, if you think about it, what do you do now? You buy food. No matter what you do, you buy food. And when you go to McDonald's or Chick-fil-A, I did this. I looked at Chick-fil-A. If you buy a number one meal, it comes out to be about 1,200 calories. In order a healthy, normal, healthy body that doesn't need to lose weight should get about 2,000 calories per day. That Chick-fil-A meal with fries and Coke comes out to 1,200 calories. So if you ate nothing but that all day, you could potentially lose weight. Problem is, you're also eating a lot of carbs. You're eating a lot of sugars in the breads that's in there, and starchies and stuff, and that is bad for you. So instead of spending that $9, that's how much it costs around here to go to Chick-fil-A, that $9 would actually be spent on 3 of your fuelings throughout the day, the OptiVia meals, because right now there's a plan that normally they're about $3 per meal, and right now there's a plan where it's about $2.75 each. But just checking to see if my dog's back. People typically spend, and I can send you a chart that shows this. If you went out to Chick-fil-A for lunch, then maybe you went and bought a steak for dinner, and then you had a snack somewhere, and there's all this stuff. Things add up, and people will say, "Oh, I only spend $200 a month," and there's no. If you're spending $200 a month on food that's making you unhealthy and causing you to gain weight, that means you're eating nothing but bad food. Now we, on the other hand, we were spending, before we started this plan, $700 a person. We were spending $2,100 a month on food, and that was going out to grocery store, that was going to restaurants, that was Starbucks, fast food stuff. We were spending $2,100 a month, and all 3 of us had gained a lot of weight. So we were spending a lot of money. We were also getting very unhealthy. I was almost in diabetes range. My blood pressure was way up. So I'm on 5 different medicines right now. And actually, just today, my doctor said, "You know what? Take one of those medicines out completely, because now your blood pressure is low." Today it was like 104/72. He said, "Yeah, you can eliminate one of those meds." So I actually am saving money now on medicine, because one of my medicines is going away. But you typically you spend about $400 a month on this plan. And when you think about that, when you divide it, that's $100 a week. Comes out to basically 15. Well, it's a little more. You have $400 for your normal OptiVia stuff, and then another $5 a day approximately for your lean and green meal. But you are overall most likely going to be saving money on this plan. The shocker is that you pay it all up front in one shot, and you'll have a bill for like $400, but it will cover your full months of food. But like I said, right now, if you start this, and this will date this video, if you start in January, there's actually a deal where it will only be $295 for the first month and $290 for the second month, or something like that. If you go through me, because I can get you those nice discounts. But anyway, that's pretty much what you do. You eat 5 times a day. You space them out 2.5 hours per. And okay, meals. I'm looking at the stuff. Some people, like my son, he just wanted to eat nothing but bars. So he gets a bar, he gets it, goes downstairs, eats it, He's done. 2.5 hours later, he'll do another one. My wife, she actually likes to be fancy, so she'll get like the waffles, and she'll make the like chocolate chip waffles. She'll crush up some pecans in it, and then she'll maybe put some kind of a sugar-free or a sugar-free syrup on top, and then maybe some zero sugar Cool Whip. You know, she'll make it kind of decadent, but it's still you can use those types of things as condiments throughout the day. You can't go crazy on them, but you can use some of that stuff. She'll get one of the packets of mashed potatoes, and she'll make bagels out of it, or she'll make bread. Ooh, the other day we actually. Well, I'm sorry. Okay, let me get ahead of myself. And you could just microwave the mix together like the instant mashed potatoes that are in here. Microwave and eat them in that way. She added like baking powder to turn them into bagels in a bagel pan. She adds a little bit of egg to make them more like something I can't remember, but she makes something else. But and it may have been for what I'm about to say. The other day we wanted hamburgers, and we said, what if we get like a big muffin pan that makes like 4-inch muffins, but like only makes muffin tops? We got that potato mix. She mixed up a little bit of no fat cheese in it, and made these little muffin top things. So it was like 4 inches by about that each, and we made hamburger buns for our hamburgers, and it was awesome. And it was when you're using like one of those fuelings, you have to say, well, that's one of my fuelings for the day, so you only eat 4 instead of 5. Or you can actually eat less protein during your meal, however you want to do it. But that's something you can do. But almost everything that my wife makes is something kind of decadent. She'll take a little time and effort to do that. Me, I go for things like I don't know why I got light all of a sudden. I go for things like the cereal, where you just add a little bit of almond milk, and there's cereal, or I do bars, but shakes. Any of the chocolate or vanilla or strawberry shake mixes, or pudding mixes, or like the blueberry biscuit mix. I'll take one of those things. I'll put it either in a shaker cup and just shake it with water and ice and drink it that way. But what I usually do is I put it in a blender with a lot of ice, a little bit of water, and it comes out to be like the texture of a Frosty that you would get at Wendy's. And like during Christmas, I was making the peppermint bark Frosties. I found sugar-free peppermint candy. I crushed those up into the blender, and I used a chocolate cherry, I think it is, mix for fueling. Mix that with ice. Put a little bit of zero sugar whipped cream on top, and then I got some more of those candies. I crunched them up in the bag and then sprinkled them on top. So I was having like these really, really good peppermint bark things. Last night I found a sugar-free banana split syrup, and I made a chocolate shake with banana in it, and it has banana and cherry, and that was fantastic. And today I did the same thing, and I added a little bit of peanut butter powder, which is basically protein, and I had a peanut butter chocolate banana shake, which I thought was fantastic. But those are the kind of things that I typically do. And like I said, there are lots of different choices. And you can either make this as easy as you want. If you just want to grab and go, you can do that. If you want to sit down and prepare things, you can do that. Most people seem to like the old grab and go type of an option. But again, as a coach for them, what I do is I offer a free consultation. I become your coach. You ask me any questions. I'm on a team that actually has a physician that if you have any certain needs, we can ask him, and you get free medical advice through that. And it's really, actually, it's fantastic. My wife used to have tons of cravings, and she has no more cravings anymore. And what was interesting is there were a few weeks that we had some stuff around the house that were Christmassy things. And well, when you have stuff in the house, you kind of tend to go for those things sometimes. One of the big things is you have to just get that crap out of your house. And if you don't have any willpower, just get it out of your house. And then you don't worry about it. You just eat this stuff. But like I said, you have a one regular meal per day. Then you can make. You know, said last night we had hamburgers. Tonight we're going to have meatballs with marinara sauce and green beans. A lot of nights we'll have things like pork and or chicken and broccoli or cauliflower salad and that kind of stuff. And those meals, when you buy them, you can typically make meals like that for about $5 per person, and you're really not spending much at all. You're spending like $18 a day for a full 6 meals, and that keeps your energy up all day, and it's all healthy food, and you are going to lose weight. Most people lose between 10 and 20 pounds in the first month. I lost exactly 20, and we all, actually 3 of us, hit 50 pounds in about 20 weeks. Well, my son and I hit 20 weeks, we hit 50 pounds. My wife took a little longer. Supposedly men take less time to lose the weight. But, she hit it, and she also, she's at 60 now. So if you have any questions at all, please let me know. You can ask me anything you want. And if you want to give it a try, right now, like I said, in January, all you're spending is $295. And if you stick to it, you're going to lose up to 20 pounds. And again, that $295 is not an additional $295. You're taking the money that you typically spend on food and just diverting it. Instead of eating at restaurants and fast food, you're just taking that money and using it towards this. So you're not spending any additional money. You are, in almost all cases, going to be spending exactly the same, taking the same money that you're currently spending and just putting it towards something that is meant to be healthy and to lose weight. And you really don't have that much to lose. It's not that much money. Like I said, again, when you divert it like that, it really isn't much. But it's going to make a big difference in your life. I will admit the first few days are hard because if you're used to eating bad stuff all throughout the day, you're gonna kick that habit. But it's going to be great for you, great for your health, great for your energy levels. You're going to love it. So send me a message. Any questions you have to ask me, let me know. I can help sign you up and get you going. I can get you those good discounts. And then I get you into our groups, and there's a lot of community support. So anything I can do to help you, please let me know. And hopefully I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.